I know it has been a little bit of a minute since I've done a video like this. Kind of haven't been able to sit down and just had the time to make a video like this. Though I know my Pokemon videos haven't been as frequent, you know. I've been busy going in and out and traveling around and a lot with my work, but finally, it's kind of getting to a point where I can be a little bit more relaxed and I should have a lot more time to be able to work on these videos. Working on a Pokemon Emerald video actually soon, but what I wanted to talk about today is, well, I didn't have an email, so I kind of have to do this, just straight off the dome and think of up something. But something that I have been like struggling with, and something I feel like a lot of other people have, and then I've also dealt with this for a while, is just feeling like everyone's always focused on you. Like whether it's like going out to the grocery store or going to the mall to go get new clothes or to go here, go there. It's like I feel like, oh, everybody's eyes is on me and I feel like I'm the center of attention. But it's so crazy to think that because no, not a soul in the entire store is looking at me or paying attention to me or looking at me and completely judging me. That's something that just isn't happening. And it's crazy and very self-centered to think that, but it's always what it feels like. Like they're going around to the store, they just want the rice and chicken so they can meal prep and go back to their 9 to 5. And then I'm thinking, oh, this guy thinks I look like a bum, or I didn't wash my hair this morning, so my hair looks crazy. So every person that I'm running into just thinks I look like like I just woke up out of a barn. But in reality, not a single person is doing that because everyone's in their own little world, and it's sometimes hard. I feel like to sit there and feel like, oh, this person isn't gonna, like, they're not gonna remember whatever actions, or if you didn't wash your hair that morning when you went to the grocery store, or if you didn't shave your face before you went out to the mall and go to Zoomies to go pick up clothes. Like not a soul is gonna remember that like a week down the road. Much better yet, they're not even gonna remember that like a year down the road, where it's kind of having to get to the point where you just gotta stop caring about what other people think. And that's something that I've realized and been trying to work forward to. Like, I graduated high school and I can't even remember half, not even half. I can barely remember like two or three people's names. Everyone else, I don't even remember. I don't even remember what they look like. I haven't seen them in forever. I don't think about them. They obviously don't think about me. It's like you just move on with your life. They're not going to remember you. Not everyone's going to remember every single detail that you ever did. All those embarrassing moments that you ever had, that's something that's just goes into the wind and just moves on because that is not what everyone's thinking about. And it's sometimes hard to get out of that habit of like, oh, I just dropped my pencil, in third period. And then it's like, oh, everyone for the rest of the day is gonna like, oh, look at this asshole disturbing the class and stuff. Like no one's gonna remember that. 2 weeks down the road, they're gonna be like, what are you even talking about? Like they're gonna look at you like you're crazy because you are. Like I am. Like I know that. Like trying to do something new is just always kind of like scary for me because like when I first learned how to ride my skateboard, I was always nervous the entire time. If people are gonna look at me riding my skateboard, think, oh, this guy sucks. This guy's an idiot. Like look at him try to ride that thing. Or if I fall, it's gonna hurt, and everyone's gonna turn and point and laugh at me. Like that didn't happen. Same thing with going snowboarding. Like those just aren't things that people are gonna forever remember. And it's getting to the point where you have to just kind of disassociate yourself with that kind of just thought process. Just being able to like, oh hey, like I just cut off this dude in the middle of the supermarket, because I was trying to go get my jar of pickles, and the dude's trying to go down the aisle to go get a bag of rice for his meal prep. Like he's gonna be like, oh man, that asshole, and then move on with his day, like everyone else. He's not gonna go 5 years down the road and think about, man, remember that one time when I was in the supermarket and that just stupid guy cut me off. Like, wow, I wonder how that guy's doing. That just isn't gonna happen. And moving forward, I really want to like think about the things that people are going to remember, Like, what is the memory of people would have of me, of like if it's good or if it's bad, the kind of legacy that you leave behind. And I feel like that's something I don't think of very often because I rather think of, oh, I did this embarrassing thing rather than like, what are all these good things that I've done later at my job, previously at sports or, in school. Like, there's so many other things that you would have been remembered for, or what I have been remembered for, rather than, I tripped and fell in the middle of the cafeteria. And it's kind of just building that image or the legacy of what you want and moving forward. I always want to like kind of like remember each day, like, before I get to bed, it's like, all right, well, what did I do? What am I improving on? Did I improve these things? Like, what are the qualities or the aspects that I'm trying to change? Like one day in the very, very far future, I'll have a wife and kids, and then grandkids. They're going to carry on the legacy of whatever it is. They're going to carry the same last name I did. That's something I want them to be proud of. And that's why it's like my legacy that I'm laying down now, like, I can't mess it up. I can't be something that like my kid or my grandkids would be ashamed to be like, oh yeah, that's my grandfather or that's my dad. Like, I want to be seen by them as like, oh wow, like this is my dad. I'm so like happy that he is, and things like that. But then eventually, that all come to an end because, you know, a generation, they'll barely even remember you. 2 generations down the road, they'll be completely forgotten about you. 8 generations down the road, they'll just be a name on maybe a gravestone if you're lucky, or just a name in the family tree when, little Tim Tim has a seventh grade science project where they trace our family roots. That's something like I don't know who, even with the first name of my great grandfather or my great 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 grandma. That's just something I don't know. It's something that's like to think about because it's just you don't have to go and be like afraid to try the new things or to go experience different places because they're the people that you interact with probably aren't even going to remember you. And that's something like I just got back from a trip from Japan, and I took a bunch of pictures and took picture of places, and I was nervous to even post a picture on my story or post a picture on Instagram because it's like, oh, I don't want these people to be like, oh, this guy again, he's just so annoying and this, that, and the other. Like, I barely even post on Instagram. I don't even put crap on my story, but it's like it's so defined, I feel like, or just controlled in my head that like other people are gonna see something that I do and go, wow, look at this weirdo or look at this loser, and just the constant negativity from outside is just controlling my own personal life. And that's definitely not healthy, and that's not something that should ever happen to anyone. But it's something that I've noticed a lot recently, or just kind of talking to friends or coworkers where it's just like, oh yeah, I want to go out surfing or skateboarding, but I don't want to be made fun of, or I don't want to do this because people are gonna think I'm stupid. Like, I went to Japan. I don't even know Japanese. I know like 8 different words, and they're all like thank you and hello, and that's about it. But when I went there, I kind of just realized that most people are like happy or like accepting of what you are, what you're doing. Like, most of the time in Japan or in other countries, or just going to places where you don't know what's happening, like a restaurant, like you could be like a new restaurant where the order style is different. Like you order on the tablet instead of like ordering with the waitress, and you're kind of like sitting there like the lost duck. But the workers are just accepting of that. They're gonna move on. They're not gonna go for the rest of their life like, man, that guy at table 7 just sat there like an idiot, and just make fun of you. Like, that's just something that I feel like is so negative or like controlling that it happens all the time. Like, maybe I'm crazy, maybe I'm the only one that's experienced that, but it's something definitely that I've been dealing with. And it's so different because I have this one friend, and this guy is the complete opposite of this entire mindset that I've been talking about. I mean, He makes his own clothes. He goes and has this like really crazy hair. He has crazy facial hair, and he just does whatever he wants. He's super loud. Like we'll just be sitting there, like hanging out or something, and he'll just be like, "Hey, this guy's an idiot," and just starts like screaming, and like other people just look over, kind of like, "What the hell is? What are they going on about?" You know? But it's interesting to hang around with him because it's something that I have never experienced or never even thought of being possible, you know, just being so carefree. And that's why I like hanging out with him because when I experience those type of things, that's who I want to be and who I want to surround myself with. Because breaking that mindset of like everyone's, spotlight is on me, every person's judging every single thing that I do is not what's real and not is what happening. Like just being able to see someone so carefree is just sort of what I've been leaning to, and like I want to experience that more. But that's the end of that. I'll get off my soapbox here, but if anyone has anything they want to ask or talk about or just kind of vent out to, I'll leave my email down below. And yeah, well, I'll be probably posting the Pokemon Emerald Nuzlocke video next week, but stay tuned. As always, peace.